Chapter 5.0 Leadership and Workers' Participation. In this chapter, we will cover 5.1 Leadership and Commitment, 5.2 Quality Policy, 5.3 Organizational Roles, Responsibilities and Authorities, 5.1 Leadership and Commitment. 5.1.1 General. Top management shall demonstrate leadership and commitment with respect to the quality management system by a. Taking accountability for the effectiveness of the quality management system. b. Ensuring that the quality policy and quality objectives are established for the quality management system and are compatible with the context and strategic direction of the organization. c. Ensuring the integration of the quality management system requirement into the organization's business processes. d. Promoting the use of the process approach and risk-based thinking. e. Ensuring that the resources needed for the quality management system are available. f. Communicating the importance of effective quality management and of conforming to the quality management system requirement. g. Ensuring that the quality management system achieves its intended result. h. Engaging, directing and supporting person to contribute to the effectiveness of the quality management system. I. Promoting improvement. j. Supporting other relevant management roles to demonstrate their leadership as it applies to their areas of responsibility. 5.1.2 Customer Focus. The management shall demonstrate leadership and commitment with respect to customer focus by ensuring that a. Customer and application statutory and regulatory requirements are determined, understood and consistently met. b. The risks and opportunities that can affect conformity of products and services and the ability to enhance customer satisfaction are determined and addressed. c. The focus on enhancing customer satisfaction is maintained. 5.2 Policy. 5.2.1 Establishing the quality policy. Top management shall establish, implement and maintain a quality policy that a. Is appropriate to the purpose and context of the organization and supports its strategic direction. b. Provides a framework for setting quality objectives. c. Includes a commitment to satisfy application requirements. a. Includes a commitment to continual improvement of the quality management system. 5.2.2 Communicating the quality policy. The quality policy shall a. Be available and be maintained as documented information. b. Be communicated, understood and applied within the organization. c. Be available to relevant interested parties, as appropriate. 5.3 Organization Roles, Responsibilities and Authorities. Top management shall ensure that the responsibilities and authorities for relevant roles are assigned, communicated and understood within the organization. Top management shall assign the responsibility and authority for a. Ensuring that the quality management system conforms to the requirement of this international standards. b. Ensuring that the processes are delivering their intended outputs. c. Reporting on the performance of the quality management system and on opportunities for improvement, see 10.1, in particular to top management. d. Ensuring the promotion of customer focus throughout the organization. e. Ensuring that the integrity of the quality management system is maintained when changes to the quality management system are implemented. Chapter No. 6 is Planning. What we will cover in this chapter is 6.0 Planning, 6.1 Actions to address risks and opportunities, 6.2 Objectives and planning to achieve them, 6.3 Planning of changes, 6.1 Action to address risks and opportunities. 6.1.1 When planning for the quality management system, the organization shall consider the issues referred to in 4.1 and the requirement referred to in 4.2 and determine the risks and opportunities that need to be addressed to a. Give assurance that the quality management system can achieve its intended result. S. B. Enhance desirable effects. C. Achieve improvement. 6.1.2 The organization shall plan A. Action to address these risks and opportunities. B. How to 1. Integrate and implement the action into its quality management system processes. C. 4.4. 2. Evaluate the effectiveness of these actions. Action taken to address risks and opportunities shall be proportionate to the potential impact on the conformity of products and services. Note 1 Option to address risks CA include avoiding risk, taking risk in order to pursue an opportunity, eliminating the risk source, changing the likelihood or consequences, sharing the risk, or retaining risk by informed decision. Note 2 Opportunities can lead to the adoption of new practices, launching new products, opening new markets, addressing new customers, building partnerships, using new technology and other desirable and viable possibilities to address the organization's or its customers' needs. 6.2 Quality objectives and planning to achieve them. 6.2.1 The organization shall establish quality objectives at relevant function, levels and processes need for the quality management system. The quality objectives shall A. Be consistent with the quality policy. B. Be measurable. C. Take into account applicable requirements. D. Be relevant to conformity of products and services and to enhancement of customer satisfaction. E. Be monitored. F. Be communicated. G. Be updated as appropriate. The organization shall maintain documented information on the quality objectives. 6.2.2 When planning how to achieve its quality objectives, the organization shall determine A. What will be done. B. What resources will be required. C. When it will be responsible. D. When it will be completed. E. How the result will be evaluated. 6.3 Planning of changes. When the organization determines the need for changes to the quality management system, the changes shall be carried out in a planned manner. See 4.4. The organization shall consider A. The purpose of the changes and their potential consequences. B. The integrity of the quality management system. C. The availability of resources. D. The allocation or reallocation of responsibilities. Chapter number 7 is support. What we will cover in this chapter. 7.1 Resources. 7.2 Competence. 7.3 Awareness. 7.4 Information and communication. 7.5 Documented information. 7.1 Resources. 7.1.1 General. The organization shall determine and provide the resources needed for the establishment, implementation, maintenance and continual improvement of the quality management system. The organization shall consider A. The capabilities of, and constraints on existing internal resources. B. What needs to be obtained from external providers. 7.1.2 People. The organization shall determine and person necessary for the effective implementation of its quality management system and for the operation and control of its processes. 7.1.3 Infrastructure. The organization shall determine, provide and maintain the infrastructure necessary for the operation of its process and to achieve conformity of products and services. Note infrastructure can include A. Building and associated utilities. B. Equipment, including hardware and software. C. Transportation resources. D. Information and communication technology. 7.1.4 Environment for the operation of processes. The organization shall determine, provide and maintain the environment necessary for the operation of its processes and to achieve conformity of products and services. Note: a suitable environment can be a combination of human and physical factors, such as a. Social, for example non-discriminatory, non-confrontational. b. Psychological, for example stress-reducing, burnout prevention, emotionally protective. These factors can differ substantially depending on the products and services provided. 7.1.5 Monitoring and measuring resources. 7.1.5.1 General. The organization shall determine and provide the resources needed to ensure valid and reliable result when monitoring or measuring is used to verify the conformity of products and services to requirements. The organization shall ensure that the resources providing a. are suitable for specific type of monitoring and measurement activities being undertaken. b. are maintained to ensure their continuing fitness for their purpose. The organization shall retain appropriate documented information evidence of fitness for purpose of the monitoring and measurement resources. 7.1.5.2 Measurement traceability. When measurement traceability is a requirement, or is considered by the organization to be an essential part of providing confidence in the validity of measurement results, measuring equipment shall be a. calibrated or verified, or both, at specified intervals, or prior to use, against measurement standards traceable to international or national measurement standards. When no such standards exist, the basis used for calibration or verification shall be retained as documented information. b. identified in order to determine their status. c. safeguarded from adjustments, damage or deterioration that would invalidate the calibration status and subsequent measurement results. The organization shall determine if the validity of previous measurement results has been adversely affected when measuring equipment is found to be unfit for its intended purpose, and shall take appropriate action as necessary. 7.1.6 Organization knowledge. The organization shall determine the knowledge for the operation of its processes and to achieve conformity of products and services. This knowledge shall be maintained and be made available to the extent necessary. When addressing changing needs and trends, the organization shall consider its current knowledge and determine how to acquire or access any necessary additional knowledge and required updates. Note: 1. Organization knowledge is knowledge specific to the organization. It is generally gained by experience. It is information that is used and shared to achieve the organization's objectives. Note: 2. Organization knowledge can be based on a. internal sources, for example intellectual property, knowledge gained from experience, lessons learned from failures and successful projects, capturing and sharing undocumented knowledge and experience, the result of improvements in processes, products and services. b. external sources, for example standards, academia, conferences, gathering knowledge from customers or external providers. 7.2 Competence. The organization shall a. determine the necessary competence of persons doing work under its control that affects the performance and effectiveness of the quality management system. b. ensure that these persons are competent on the basis of appropriate education, training, or experience. c. where applicable, take actions to acquire the necessary competence, and evaluate the effectiveness of the action taken. d. retain appropriate documented information as evidence of competence. Note: applicable action can include, for example, the provision of training to the mentoring of, or the reassignment of currently employed person, or the hiring or contracting of competent person. 7. Person. 7.3 Awareness. The organization shall ensure that person doing work under the organization's control are aware of a. the quality policy. b. relevant quality objectives. c. their contribution to the effectiveness of the quality management system. including the benefits of improved performance. D. The implications of not conforming with the quality management system requirements. 7.4 Communication. The organization shall determine the internal and external communication relevant to the quality management system, including A. On what it will communicate. B. When to communicate. C. With whom to communicate. D. How to communicate. E. Who communicate. 7.5 Documented information. 7.5.1 General. The organization's quality management system shall A. Documented information required by this international standards. B. Documented information determined by the organization as being necessary for the effectiveness of the quality management system. The organization's quality management system shall include A. Documented information required by this international standards. B. Documented information determined by the organization as being necessary for the effectiveness of the quality management system. Note the extent of documented information for a quality management system can differ from one organization to another due to 1. The size of organization and its type of activities, processes. 2. The complexity of processes and their interactions. 3. The competence of person. 7.5.2 Creating and updating. When creating and updating documented information, the organization shall ensure appropriate A. Identification and description, for example a title, date author, or reference number. B. Format, for example language, software version, graphics, and media, for example paper, electronic. C. Review and approval for suitability and adequacy. 7.5.3 Control of documented information. 7.5.3.1 Documented information required by the quality management system and by this international standards shall be controlled to ensure A. It is available and suitable for use, where and when it is needed. B. It is adequately protected, for example from loss of confidentiality, improper use, or loss of integrity. 7.5.3.2 For the control of documented information. A. It is available and suitable for use, where and when it is needed. B. It is adequately protected, for example from loss of confidentiality, improper use, or loss of integrity. 7.5.3.2 For the control of documented information, the organization shall address the following activities, as applicable. A. Distribution, access, retrieval and use. B. Storage and preservation, including preservation of legibility. C. Control of changes, for example version control. D. Retention and disposition. Documented information of external origin determined by the organization to be necessary for the planning and operation of the quality management system shall be identified as appropriate, and be controlled. Document information of retained of conformity shall be protected from unintended alterations. Note access can imply a decision regarding the permission to view the documented information only, or the permission and authority to view and change the documented information.